Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, and thank you for tuning in. Anybody that might, this guy here right now, he goes by the name Bill Wooldridge, Bill Cooldridge, Robert Ross, James Bubbles, Stephen Mabin, Bill Delarossable, and Bill Wooldridge. He is a serial killer. He is a stalker. He is Hells Angels Ontario chapter captain. He is a pedophile sex slave trafficker with and for O.p.p. He used to stalk children for the ex-O.p.p chief in Napanee at Tim Hortons for pedophile, sex slavery trafficking. He's guilty of murders, stalking. This is Dale Hartwick. He now is working with him for O.p.p for drop charges for a stabbing. This is Ray LeBlanc, a child groomer, guilty of torturing my dog, guilty of murdering my dog in 2023. He's an animal killing piece of shit. Jason Gimpy Two-Step Van Alstyne, who is guilty of attempted murder, guilty of brain injuring me, guilty of identity theft with the intent to commit identity fraud, guilty of murders of a Jack Clark in 2021, guilty of attempted murder on me for O.p.p. He is a stroke victim. He is a crack-fed crackhead, an untouchable piece of shit. These are organized O.p.p untouchables who are committing drug trafficking, human trafficking, torture crimes, and murders for the cops. And doctors are involved. Dr. Tatiana V, aka or Dr. Margie V, aka Tatiana V, name and file falsifier, medical blacklister, Lennox and Addington County General Hospital, is an accessory and guilty to murders and cover-ups with and for O.p.p and the Hardy Boys gang: Blair Hardy, Bill Wooldridge, Tyler Lake, Jason Van Alstyne, Dale Hartwick, Tony Hearns, Bert Hustler, Robert Barry, and his AIDS-infected boyfriend who is sexually assaulting victims and spreading AIDS through Napanee. He is a meth head. They are crackheads, fentanyl dealers, full physical identity theft, full injuring, torturing, mutilations, medical blacklisting, lies, time-buying cover-ups, arrest refusals, false arrests, kidnapping, sex assaults, blood and piss forcing is what O.p.p is about. Ex-chief or commander is a sex slavery trafficking pedophile. Staff sergeant is a sex offender. Sodomy, sex assaults in 2019. Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, Dave Weiss, Robert Kane, 7224, who is a drug cop, who is the one that supplies these pieces of shit their drugs for the crimes that they are committing with and for him. 5 years ago, and through injuring, torturing, being completely and totally deformed. This is a picture of my skull. This is a picture of my neck being elongated. I have been through serious deforming. I have been through serious fucking physical changes mentally. My brain's been injured. My skull's been split. My lungs, my kidneys. And I haven't been able to do anything about it. If I try to go to a hospital, I go to jail. If I try to get help, I go to jail. Or I pay out $500 for being a victim of O.p.p and the doctors who are criminally negligent, poor, homeless, elderly, disabled, because once they cast their lies because of their badges, their positions, their credentials, and their false guise of law, you are fucked. You speak O.p.p crimes in Napanee, you will be murdered. So will your family. Your dogs will be killed. Your mother or your father will be killed. You will be injured, tortured, stalked, kidnapped, medically blacklisted. All your rights will be taken so O.p.p and the rest of these pieces of shit can get away with what they're getting away with. The reason this happened to me is because I spoke O.p.p crimes back in 2018, 2019. I was shot by ex-O.p.p chief August of 2019, 5 years ago. Then it started: the stalking, the injuring, the torturing, the medical blacklisting, full deforming. I have videos out where I went to O.p.p to get arrest done on cops, and Bill Woldridge, the one that was stalking my mother and murdered her in December 2021 or 2020, for one Spencer Mills and one Stacy, a mental health worker that was Daily Tea Company, Napanee, now Kingston, AMHS. She is the one that talked to her girlfriend, Tatiana V, and got me medically blacklisted. I have no association with them. Lies about criminal records, lies of psychological records, lies of being a suicidal self-harmer, lies of drugs. None of it is true. All of these pieces of shit are using their badges, positions, or lies, and they are casting these lies to get away with what they're getting away with. I am also the end of my bloodline as well. So Bill Woldridge, Tyler Lake, Jason Van Alstyne, who happens to be a crack-fed crackhead who is only approximately 40 to 45 years old. He killed a guy in Napanee named Jack Clark in 2021 for O.p.p, overdosed him on drugs, and then it was covered up to make it look like something else. But it was murder through Jason Van Alstyne. Because he is a stroke victim, they are using this piece of shit to commit crimes for him. Lobotomizing fucking victims, refusing them medical help, lies, the time buying, the cover ups. Extortion arrest is what O.p.p, Lennox, and Hannington, Ontario Provincial Police are about. Once again, cops that need to be arrested and criminally felony charged because their Hardy Boys cannot be touched without $22,000 extortion. One Bill Woldridge, 149 Center Street North, who is bald, glasses, approximately 70 years old, goes by many names: Bill Woldridge, Bill Cooldridge, Bill Delarosable, James Bubbles, Robert Cross, Stephen Mabin. He thinks that he is me. He thinks that we were switched at birth, believes that he is Harry Potter, and believes that he is my dad. Highly fucking psychotic, highly delusional. Like I said, he was stalking my mother. He murdered my mother, caused my mother's death in 2020, along with one Blair Hardy, who drove into Napanee in a Mercedes, and I was sold to this piece of shit for what has taken place with me. No matter how much I've been able to prove the crimes against me, no matter how much I've been able to prove everything, it still hasn't been good enough. I still haven't been able to get no help. Damage is done, time is bought. I get hypoxia on a daily basis. I get complete brain numbing on a daily basis. My full right side of my head has been completely lobotomized. And there is nothing I can do about it. So this is how O.p.p are getting away with the trafficking, the framing, the murders, and all the other crimes that they are getting away with. They have doctors to cover their ass. Once again, Dr. Tatiana V, aka Margie V, or Margie V, aka Tatiana V, name and file falsifier, medical blacklister, and a criminal accessory to murders, tortures, identity thefts, and cover-ups. For Jason Van Alstyne, for Blair Hardy, for Billy Woldridge, for Dale Hartwick, for Tony Hearns, for Tyler Lake, for Ray LeBlanc, for Bert Hustler, who happens to be an ex-NHL player, who is a pillhead, who is a drug trafficker, who is guilty of attempted murder. There is nothing I can do about what has taken place with me because the damage is done. As a matter of fact, Bill Woldridge, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, Jason Van Alstyne, all you O.p.p untouchables, because of what you've done to me, for revenge, retaliation, for obsession, for jealousy, because you are obsessed homosexuals. Each and every one of you are meth feds, crackheads, fentanyl dealing pieces of shit. And this is why O.p.p are involved with them. Spencer Mills is a serial killing piece of shit cop. And that's exactly what he is, along with one Robert Kane, 7224. He is a piece of shit serial killing cop. Hello to anybody that might tune in out there. And thanks for watching this. Okay, fuck it. Look at this. I have a tube coming up in my throat right here. I have been seriously mutilated. This right here goes right down into my right lung. It comes up through my chest, around my neck, to the back of my head, and up to the back of my head, which I have shown and proven. No surgeries prior to or after being shot in 2019. The guy in the hat and glasses is one known as Blair Frederick Hardy. He is the leader of the Hardy Boys, and he is the one that's involved with the financial thefts and frauds, the identity thefts and frauds, welfare, disability, pension, and insurance frauds, forgeries, bank frauds, and murders in Napanee. That's who I was sold to through O.p.p. They are the Hardy Boys, and they are the ones that control the cops in Napanee. Once again, this is the piece of shit named Bill Woldridge of 149 Center Street, North Napanee. Now bald glasses, believes that he is Harry Potter and murdered my mother for Spencer Mills 14716 and Stacy, a mental health worker who is AMHS now in Kingston. This guy here, his name is Bert the Hitman Hustler. He's the ex-NHL player for the Philadelphia Flyers and the Hartford Whalers. Pillhead, stalker, meth head, guilty of murders. The justice of the peace is involved, organized trafficking, accusations, obstructions, false arrests, kidnapping, sex assaults. So no matter what you can prove, it will be no good. My identity theft is done. You completely and totally fucking changed me while refusing arrest, while buying time, while lies, the cover-ups. I now look like a fucking inbred crackhead piece of shit who is nothing more than a fucking O.p.p fall down because he is an obsessed garbage lowlife. Bill Woldridge, or the one known as Bill Woldridge, the one that murdered my mother. Dale Hartwick, who is a sex offender, who is guilty of child molesting, who is guilty of murders in Winnipeg, Manitoba, who is a pedophile. And he is also working with him for now, a rat informant with him for O.p.p for drop charges for a stabbing against his wife's boyfriend. This is the O.p.p and the kind of junk fucking garbage that they use to injure and torture their victims while they sit back like Pontius Pilates and fucking getting away with it. Time has been bought, damages done. $150 million lawsuit for Ontario Provincial Police, Lennox and Addington, for the murders, attempted murders, and my full physical identity theft, slave trafficking, causing me homelessness, the tortures, the lies, the cover-ups. Lennox and Addington County General Hospital. Ex-CEO Wayne Coveyduck had me kicked out of the hospital, had me falsely charged to prevent anything legal on him or his hospital or doctors. He is an accessory to murders and cover ups. Patient relations, Aaron Brown is an accessory to murder, attempted murder, tortures, and cover ups, all done with criminal negligence and intent. Conspired with O.p.p. to do it. Dr. Tatiana V, aka Margie V, name and file falsifier, girlfriend to Stacy, mental health worker, AMHS. Dr. Joy Hadley, Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. McGregor, Dr. Waldron, Dr. Sue, Dr. Fardell, Dr. Ambembola, Triage, Terry, Tanya, David, and Appellate Insecurity. These are the human traffickers. They are all criminally and negligently involved in O.p.p. crimes and cover ups for the past 5 years while being above the law. This is they take an oath. Their medical oath means nothing. Your life means nothing. You go to that hospital, the first words out of their fucking mouth will be, do you want help or do you want a needle to help kill yourself? And that's exactly what they're about. So by doing this to me, you get away with murdering an entire bloodline. O.p.p, Spencer Mills, Bill Wooldridge, Tyler Lake, and Van Alstyne, and the rest of you fucks. You are guilty of murdering a bloodline for your obsession, for revenge retaliation, you fucking terrorists. Using these cocksuckers to mentally fuck me up, to injure me, to torture me while you sit back once again like Cheshire cats with big smiles on your face. This is what happens in Napanee when you speak O.p.p. crimes, and there will be nothing you can do about it. Your legal, medical, human rights will be taken away from you while they get away with it. Nobody will be arrestable because they're all above the law. Without $22,000, this is why they're doing it to the poor, homeless, elderly, disabled. Families are murdered and missing. It is the police. Anybody is kidnapped. Anybody is sex assaulted. Anybody goes missing. It is the police involved. I would definitely check O.p.p, especially if it's around Napanee, and make sure that Spencer Mills is not around, whether he is in Napanee or transferred. He is a serial killing cop. Robert Kane is a serial killing, drug fucking trafficking piece of shit cop. This is why Dale Hartwick, Tony Hearns, Ray LeBlanc, Bill Wooldridge, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, Van Alstyne, Bert Hustler, and the rest of these fucking junkies are involved because they are junkies and they're getting free drugs for committing fucking O.p.p. crimes, committing sex assaults with them, fucking your children, predators of your kids, to sex slave, to fuck, and they're getting away with it. Cops need to be arrested and charged for murders with intent to commit. In Lennox and Addington County General Hospital, doctors need to be arrested and charged for criminal negligence, for attempted murder, for medical negligence with intent to commit, for Jason Van Alstyne, for Blair Hardy, for Billy Wooldridge, for O.p.p. fucking lies against me to prevent me help and cover this up, you cocksuckers. How dare you do this? How fucking dare you do this to me? Using these cocksuckers, trying to do everything to discriminate me or to try to discredit me, the lies, the time bomb. You're fucking sex offenders. Every one of the O.p.p. in Napanee is corrupt. I have proven it. You can't call them. You call them to get arrest done. It won't happen. You will become a victim because you need their help. And I hate to talk that way about cops. I had no association or criminal record with any of these pieces of shit prior to this. And then I was shot in 2019 and it all began. I look nothing like I did when I first went to O.p.p. to try to get arrest done. And since then, the full physical deforming, the mutilations, being fucking charged by a hospital with 100% proof of their crimes, and I am the one that was charged to prevent anything legal on them. These bastards need to be arrested, and they need to be arrested today. This is August 28th, 2024. Dale Hartwick, once again, he is a pedophile, sex slavery trafficker, sex offender. He's guilty of murders in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and he is now also a rat informant for O.p.p. This is his boyfriend, Tony Axel Rose Hearns, who is guilty of attempted murder, who is a speed trafficker, a speedhead. He lives on the corner of Bridge and East Street in Napanee. Once again, some of the deforming and mutilations I've been through while being called a liar through the hospital and not being able to do anything about it. They call me a delusional, hallucinating retard for going through identity theft. And then they try to turn it around to make it look like a mental disorder with 100% fucking proof, which is purely criminal against the cops, doctors who are involved, the justice of the peace, accusations, obstructions. This is my skull. This is my skull. That tube that comes up in the back of my neck and in my throat that's right here, right now. This right here. Blair Hardy and Van Alstyne again. They frequent 34 Water Street, 149 Center Street North, and 1 Ray LeBlow's on East Street and Dundas behind the pizza shop. And he owns deaf white pit bulls. He's guilty of animal abuse and murders as well. Body mutilations I've been through. Jason Van Alstyne once again. Another reason Dale Hartwick is also involved is because the piece of shit is dying from cirrhosis of the liver as well. So he don't care who he kills for the cops or anybody else because he's dying himself. So you really don't give a fuck who you murdered, do you, Hartwick? Well, getting free fucking speed from one Robert Keane while being fucking untouchable for your murders. You deserve to rot in prison. You deserve to fucking rot in jail till you die, along with the rest of you cocksuckers. You fucking murdering a bloodline by doing this to me. All because I spoke up and tried to save lives. And that's exactly what this is about. I tried to save lives from cops. They don't like that. Especially Spencer Mills and the ex-chief who likes to fuck your kids. because he is a pedophile sex slavery trafficker. I guarantee if anybody was to go to his house, they'd probably find fucking sex dungeons. And this is why he left Napanee to a different position. But not before he had me shot, though, in August of 2019. The piece of shit who drove a white Jeep Wrangler, and it was on the corner of Bridge and Center Street in Napanee at the stoplights. Conveniently drives by and then fucking has me shot and then transfers. And then all the bullshit. Spencer Mills showing up at my fucking door for threats and intimidations to let me know that if I didn't stop talking about what was taking place out of the Morning Star mission and the human homeless trafficking for monetary gain, there would be serious, serious consequences. And he was 100% right. You can't file LICA charges. You can't file OIPRD charges on cops. It will do no good because that is investigated by cops through cops. So this is why they get away with the crimes that they're getting away with. I've been wanting to charge cops. I've been trying to get arrest on these pieces of shit, but I'm getting stopped and obstruct every step of the way. And this is so they can buy time to completely finish this. O.p.p have my blood, my piss, my pictures, my signatures, everything they have and need for this forgery, framing, and fraud against me. I will be disappearing soon as one of these pieces of shit. I guarantee it. I fucking guarantee it. I will be disappearing soon, said without any paranoia. This whole right side of my head is completely and totally numb, dead. I feel nothing, absolutely nothing. All because they're fucking obsessed homosexuals. So yeah, my identity theft is done. Bill Wooldridge, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, Van Alstyne, the doctors who are involved, and O.p.p, I will sue your fucking asses. I am not going to be a victim of yours any longer. I will sue your fucking asses one way or another. And that is no threat against cops. I am telling you, I am going to sue your ass. You are murdering pieces of shit, and you're using fucking drug-fed lowlives in Napanee. You are child fuckers, organized traffickers, guilty of tortures, stalkings, identity thefts, identity frauds, framings, and murders right in Napanee, Ontario, with lots of help. This is why you picked a small town to do it. And this is why you're using the poor, homeless, elderly, because they know there's no help for us. So this is why you're so successful in committing and getting away with your fucking murders that you are guilty of. Spencer Mills and Robert Kane, you are guilty of first-degree murder with intent to commit through Blair Hardy, through Billy Wooldridge, through Jason Van Alstyne. I hope this is seen. I hope everybody has a good day. Damages is done, and I hope everybody realizes just what O.p.p are truly about and what the Lennox and Addington County General Hospital is truly about. Their medical oath means nothing. Your life means nothing. And I have proven it. Your life to cops means nothing. You can be bought, sold, and traded. And that's exactly what they do in Napanee. Look at that, my throat. Full physical identity theft by homosexual cops. Congratulations, you fucking garbage. You are murdering fucking terrorists, Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police, and the fucking doctors that aid you in their crimes are guilty of multiple murders. They cover up sex assaults for you. Your drug lacing murders is what's being covered up is fucking bullshit. That hospital needs to be seriously investigated right from the top right down, right from ex-CEO Wayne Covey Duck, who should be locked up and throwing the fucking key away. He thinks because he has money that he is a multi-millionaire, that he can just have people medically blacklisted and falsely charged to be killed and then fucking change his position, leave his position. I'm fucking being deformed. I'm changing right on camera when I'm doing this. This is the piece of shit that's doing this to me right now. This is Blair Hardy. He needs to be found. He needs to be arrested. He's an obsessed fucking homo. And I don't care. I have nothing against gay people, but he is an obsessed fucking homosexual lowlife piece of shit garbage. In every sense of the word, he sucks O.p.p dick and he owns the cops in Napanee. I have proven it. He's a fucking murdering lowlife garbage. Mr. Crack-fed, crackhead, lowlife piece of shit, invalid gimp, Jason Two-Step Van Alstyne. This here is a picture of my mother that Bill Wooldridge and Blair Hardy murdered for Spencer Mills and Stacy, the mental health worker, December 20th, 2020. They killed her for revenge. This is originally me. This is me before my identity theft and my changes to me. This is how I used to look. There's been a lot of serious fucking changes since then. So no matter how much you can show, no matter how much you can prove, it will do no good, because once O.p.p cast their lies against you, you're screwed. You're medically blacklisted and you have no fucking chance of help, legally, medically, or human rights. O.p.p is sure that. Once again, ex-O.p.p chief or commander, year 2019, that drove the white Jeep Wrangler, guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. Robert Lucas, Robert Kane, 7224 Shannon Cork, Dave Weiss, Robert Lucas, Spencer Mills, 14716 Shannon Cork, Stacy, a mental health worker that was Daily Tea Company, now Kingston, AMHS, a Kathy Petard, a Shelley Hafner or Huffner, Lennox and Annington County General Hospital. The Justice of the Peace is guilty of attempted murder and cover-ups with intent. Bill Wooldridge, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, Van Alstyne, Dale Hartwick, Sean McKay, all O.p.p drug-fed, money-paid pieces of shit. But anyway, time is bought, damage is done. My identity theft is finished. I am Chris Wood. I am a 5-year revenge retaliation victim of the hospital, the cops, for speaking of their crimes, and their organized boss pieces of shit. I'm another one you get away with. Good job, O.p.p. Spencer Mills 14716. Robert Kane. You are guilty of every crime for Jason Van Alstyne, for Tyler Lake, for Bill Woldridge, for Blair Hardy, for Dale Hartwick, for Tony Hearns, for Ray LeBlanc, for Bert Hustler, because they are all your drug-fed, crack, meth, speedheads. Be safe, everybody, and I hope this is seen. I hope this is shared, because I am going to be disappearing soon, and I am going to be murdered. And O.p.p will get away with it, and Lennox and Addington Hospital will cover it up and said without paranoia, you've done enough fucking damages to me, and they've proven just how criminal they truly are.